Yeah, we're very proud to be here at COP28. This is an extremely important event. We're dealing, of course, with the key issue for humanity today in terms of climate change, and some of the decisions that get made here are just extremely impactful. And we, as an important part of the aviation industry, are very proud to be here, working closely with our partners, customers, ATAG, other stakeholders, in terms of some very important initiatives with respect to aviation in the context of the whole debate. Yeah, so we have been very consistent at Boeing. We believe that sustainable aviation fuel is the near and long-term way for the industry to abate the carbon footprint in aviation. As we know at the moment, aviation only accounts 2.5% of all emissions and only around 12% within the transport sector. But if you look at the projections for aviation in the next 20 years, of course, the industry knows that it's got to address those issues. And it went out with a commitment, from an industry commitment, to get to net zero by 2050. So the industry is really aligned around the fact that SAF is the solution, and it will really go a long way to helping the industry reach that net zero goal by 2050. As I mentioned before, whilst aviation is currently only a small percentage of emissions, we expect it to grow. Aviation is an extremely important industry here in the UAE. It accounts for something like 1 in 10 jobs. And when we were working closely with the Ministry of Energy on the SAF roadmap for the UAE, one of the things that really came out of it was the huge economic benefits that creation of a SAF industry here in the UAE could produce. And it would create a number of jobs in the industry, and would get to a situation where, if the targets were met and the aspirations were met, the UAE could become a net exporter of SAF, which is clearly a long-term project, but something that's very attractive. So in relation to that, the UAE has been really at the forefront of sustainable aviation fuel right from the beginning. So again, as a Boeing company, we were very proud to partner with Khalifa University, Etihad, in relation to the Sustainable Bioenergy Research Consortium. This was a project that really dealt with producing biofuels from biomass that was created through commercial fish farming, and using that to irrigate saltwater salicornia that just grows here in the UAE. And in fact, in 2018, we used some of that fuel to power a Etihad flight that flew from Abu Dhabi to London. So this we started back in 2010, 2011, showing how much in the forefront the UAE was on these projects. Subsequent to that, we of course worked very closely with our airline customers, Emirates and Etihad, testing sustainable aviation fuel on engines and on their airframes. Just recently, we had a test for Emirates. We were their technical advisor on a test in a Boeing 777-300. Of course, with Etihad, we have partnered for many years on their eco demonstrator, the Green Liner, Boeing 787. And then most recently, we worked very closely with the Ministry of Energy on the production of a SAF roadmap that really shows that how important green hydrogen and power to liquid will be here for the production of SAF here in the UAE. And then most impactfully, just at the last, at the CAF 3 conference here in Dubai, we announced, together with a number of very significant partners in the region, with ADNOC, ENOC, Etihad, Emirates, Masdar, Honeywell, and Khalifa University, a project we call Aircraft. And this is a highly significant announcement, because what it's going to do is bring together the entire value stream, certainly the key players in the value stream, to really advance that vision of the industrial production of SAF here in the UAE. So whilst we made the announcement and we signed an MOU just this year, next year will be really about how we bring that to life and get into the projects that will come from that engagement. We're very proud of our partnerships with our customers across this region, particularly our airline customers. We have some very significant customers here in the UAE with Emirates and Etihad and Fly Dubai, But across the region, of course, with Riyadh Air, with Qatar Airways, we've got tremendous customers, and we're very proud in the faith that the customers show in us. Our commercial market outlook that we released at just the recent Dubai Air Show will show that over the next 20 years, the region will require another 3,000, just over 3,000 aircraft. And interestingly, that will be made up of 45% of that will be made up of wide-body aircraft, which is very different to the other parts of the region. So we're very proud to support this growing industry and footprint here for our products in the Middle East.